Looks like it's going to be H on the blue side this time.
Yeah, too bad we can't go over
And-
their pick order. Trying to see who they try to pick first, but we can't see that.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing when you have to rebroadcast.
Yeah.
Hashtag NA streamer, by the way.
Looks like Team
What
Worshippers
can you
are
do?
going for a pretty early game comp here with the Kalista Thresh combo. Pretty destructive bottom
Actually,
lane.
they're picking Jayce too. I know Assassinbug, he's really prideful of his Jayce. Oop, I gotta pause. Pause. Alright, are you ready?
What time are you at?
I'm at
okay.
zeros.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, they also have an Anivia pick here, probably just as a late game insurance, but also to push up that mid lane pretty easily. Maybe go in for some Gromes if the side lanes aren't already dominating.
This is interesting. They actually have a sub coming through. Looks like Relexus isn't playing in this game. Wally, instead of moving to support, and they have a new mid laner, WallflowerPower, be playing in the mid lane. So another sub.
Pretty interesting.
Looks like Please FF is running with the same teams as of right now. Wait, they have a Yorick
I want to say
and a
that's
Maokai.
Yorick mid. Never have seen that before.
And it's an AD Neeko, I guess. So I know Ultron has a really good Neeko.
I think it's just bottom lane Neeko.
I've seen him play.
Since they're still picking up the
Here's his
Thorns
AP
ring and
now.
Arcane here. Pretty AP
Well,
heavy bottom lane.
Yeah, for sure. They really do like playing these weird bottom lanes. Actually, in their 6 games now, they've played 3 standard bot lanes with an ADC and a support, and now 3 AP lanes with AP and support.
I mean, whatever it is to take the win. I can definitely attest that
I mean,
AP bottom lanes, mage or poke support, are pretty annoying, especially against a pretty short range Kalista and then pretty squishy Thresh early on.
as we can say too, Ultron actually does have a pretty decent Neeko. Did very good with it against rotation relegation, although not able to pick up that win. And Ultron and Will Train have been the most consistent players on this Please FF roster, so giving them some of their stronger picks, so they can't just force a 2v2 and really win very hard. I think it's a good strategy for them.
Yeah, maybe
forward.
they should just have ryekage just camp the bottom lane here. Oh, the right hook almost
Going
connects.
for a hook, and first hook is missed of the game, and that says everything about how that lane's gonna go.
That is definitely a fact. One of the games I played as Thresh, I just wanted to not play Thresh anymore. Just so many missed hooks. Ooh, decent damage
I
here.
say grabey still at 0 CS. Hasn't approached the wave, or at least hasn't hit one yet, but he is level 2. He got one, there we go.
Shoot.
Little train doesn't move, dodges the
Power
hook.
move right there.
That's the best way. Say, as Thresh, you pretty much aim for where they're not, and so then if you are the person trying to get away from Thresh, you just don't move. That's the best way to dodge. Those things kind of start out. Booster Scrub this time actually has a CS advantage this time in the mid lane. Playing a pretty push-heavy champion into Anivia. It's a champion that doesn't have too much push. WallflowerPower actually going really low here.
Yeah.
Let's get away.
The Mistwalker's actually doing pretty heavy damage there. Although we can definitely say that
Wally's gonna be
boosted is just landing every skill shot. Or at least every of the E's.
Wally actually, and Wally throws his hook into like a plant or a minion or something, taking a lot of damage away from the Neeko. Ultron actually doing so much work here, and there's the snare after snare. Tironas is low now too, so some great work out of Please FF. Although they're really down CS, they can get this kill, it really won't matter. Assassinbug going really aggressive, accidentally dives turret. Ooh, if grabey just knocked him back the other way, that would have been a kill for sure.
Yes,
up there.
for sure. Looks like
way too aggressive. And Wally's going to be ignited on it too. That's another double snare that lands. Is he going to go down? Flash forward. Heal from Tironas is going to keep him alive. No kill going down just yet. Tironas is going to be forced to kite away. The snare doesn't land. That's one dodge. And he doesn't dodge the second. Low Train's going to land that one. No follow-up damage now. Tironas going to keep autoing. A hook lands, and Wally's actually going to stay alive just now, but it's a kill for the Zyra's. First blood going to them, but Tironas is actually picks up the kill. It's a net positive just about if you are worshippers of H, just because your carry does get the kill.
Yeah, furthermore, Please FF blew a lot of summoners there. Ultron had to blow Flash just to grab some extra DPS, and then just ends up getting grabbed. So he doesn't have the Flash anymore to flash out of turret range. And then Zyra ends up getting the kill, although Zyra and Neeko basically AP carries in this bottom lane here. So wherever the kill goes to, doesn't really matter.
Little Train has more CS than Ultron right now, despite the fact that Little Train has the gold item.
Just a mid-game roll swap.
I hate to say that. Well, it takes a little bit of damage here from Little Train. Little Train should be lower on mana. There's 2 Zyras in that lane. I wonder which one's which.
Look, Kalista does have the back sometimes too. Might be waiting for the BF sword. Or the
snare lands, but so does the hook. Ultron's gonna try to get away here. Burns the camouflage. It's gonna be fine.
Looks like Kalista's sitting on a lot of gold here. Might want to backseat.
Yeah, happily farming up a lot of CS. Even if you combine, please FF bot laner's CS, he's still up by a lot. But Boosted Scrub is doing so much work to WallflowerPower. That's a huge CS.
Looks like
in the mid lane.
Yorick there is helping to compensate for the deficits in the top.
Yeah, but at the same time, Assassinbug's doing the same thing to grabey that he started doing last game. He's up another 15-16 up there. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, he went a little too greedy there, not backing after his probably 7th camp.
He's invading too, right?
Yes, it's just an easy back, or quick back.
Doesn't actually do it, gets caught there by the minions. Unlucky. Another snare misses out, but decent damage there on the Tironas again. This should be a Q max on the Ultron, but he's only level 4 right now.
Yeah, they're taking all this damage, the Kalista and Thresh, but in the end, Kalista's grabbing all the CS.
It's not a kill yet. I think ryekage, he needs to start focusing now as far as getting down to that lane. You know that your bottom lane is doing so much damage, doing so much work down there, but they can't actually get the kill. ryekage needs to get down there, try to help them secure a kill.
He's doing girl.
Just flash counter strike. That's all you need.
Oh, this is not a good idea.
Lands onto the real Ultron, but Wally's forced to flash out. And so we have flash ignite from Little Train, secures that kill. So it's again another similar trade of kills. WallflowerPower gonna get chased down here by Boosted Scrub does uses the wall, actually gets away here. No dive.
If only he had his ultimate out there. The Lady of the Mist definitely boosts your auto attack damage as Yorick, especially when the 2 are nearby. Is able to burn out Anivia's summoners though, so not too bad. And she's still not back.
Very interesting start to this game. grabey CSing a little bit better this game, but also seems like Assassinbug just perma shoving this lane here. Is still up quite a bit of CS. No back tip for either. Maybe Gank can go top lane. Jax and Maokai should have enough damage to kill a Jayce.
Oh, this might be the egg pop here. Oh, not yet. Ooh,
not quite yet.
I really want
gonna back this time.
Boosted here to use his ultimate to help get those extra plates off the turret.
He should, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, might be saving it for perhaps a 2v1 maybe, or if he gets ganked. Although, looks like he's roaming bottom with the push in mid. Probably could have gone a few extra turret plates there.
As we kind of look across the board, looks like just a general large lead on the opposite ends of the map for Worshippers of H. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Please FF can rely on Boosted Scrub here on this surprise Yorick pick to do some work. ryekage still just perma farming.
He's roaming bottom.
Done anything. We haven't even seen Lindsay though
Thresh
either.
Has no
Yorick's
flash.
down here now.
Ooh.
Wally.
Yeah, Kalista.
Wally needs a hook.
Kalista
just gonna pull him to safety. You know, I was mentioning earlier about getting ryekage down here earlier to gank, but I think at this point it's too late. Tironas and Wally are just too safe.
Although, probably in the next minute or and a half, the bottom lane is pretty vulnerable to any ganks, since there's no flash on Wally and no ult on Kalista here. But they might just be resetting. Jax is just looking to clear his camps. Both junglers up on top side though. Might look for a skirmish up there.
As of right now, I think it'd be the Nunu lane that would win that one. But Wally has to drop really low here. A lot of damage from this Zyra is going to force Wally out. Tironas is going to be forced to start kiting away. That's a net win for Please FF there in that bot lane. Mr. Scrub doing a lot of damage here.
No flash on Anivia. Might grab the kill here.
Oh, I think if he used the ultimate, would have popped the egg, would have gotten the kill, but Boost Scrub doesn't actually do it.
This overall looks like you're not being able to grab the kills. First and foremost, the Thresh Aftershock really negated a lot of damage in that last skirmish, but they're dead anyways.
Another hook. Yeah, Little Train gets that one, and Tironas might actually go down this time, forced to flash away. Ignites down. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. No, it's not.
I was going to predict that the Ultron and Little Train were going to flash after, but it looks like they already had their own flashes pop. Looks like every bottom laner does not have any flashes, so next jungle gank.
Not anymore.
Probably gonna result
Next jungle
in the next
gank.
kills.
Next jungle gank will also be the first jungle gank. Both junglers have been so passive.
Pretty quiet.
And a very slow start to the game so far. See, maybe we can't get anything going. Assassinbug gonna keep farming.
Infernal Drake's up. Looks
45.
like the Nunu and the Jax really should be contesting this.
Maybe at least if Nunu can go to that. But at this point, I can't say Worshippers of H bot lane is winning anymore. I really can't.
Yeah, I really want the Yorick here to actually pop his ultimate. Try to get that lane priority and force Nunu to go hover mid while ryekage solos the dragon. Oh, finally does have the Mistwalker though. Let's see what he goes with it.
He's going to the river.
Might this be a dragon? Oh. Well, if he caged that, probably would have been good. Uh-oh.
So they're actually going to be a bait here. LyndsayBobinski going to drop really low here. Ryekage is going to keep autoing. No! The going to go down Ryekage.
Fourth kill on our Zyra here.
Yeah, Little Train is really ahead on the Zyra. That's actually a net positive. It's going to be a kill for Please FF. They might actually have dragon pressure now. No jungler. Could definitely easily do it. And yeah, it's going to be started up by the Yorick
Mistwalker's
and
mid,
by the Jax.
and then WallflowerPower is going mid too. Has to deal with that extra minion there. Looks like this will just be a free dragon for FF.
I will say, Zyra doesn't need gold to do damage, but a Zyra with gold does an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, in fact, Leandries and Rylays are pretty much all you need, actually. And since Leandries is pretty powerful in how it just scales for free, it's actually a pretty good pickup here. Looks like he is going to pick it up soon with the Haunting Guys.
It does a lot for Zyra too with the DPS.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So she'll keep stacking that. Another snare lands. Wally just playing way too aggressively with these hooks.
Has to remember that he is rooted for a few seconds once he throws out a hook.
Oh, first gank, LyndsayBobinski. No, he's gonna get stopped by
that
this.
Is actually a pretty interesting interaction, using the clone there to counter the Nunu snowball.
Smart. It's kind of like Wukong pressing his W, but this time we actually shoot it out in a direction.
Get use of those clones there. At the same time, probably could do the same thing with Zyra plants.
Yeah, but it's not as instant. It's definitely much harder. It's kind of like how on Malzahar you get to spawn your voidlings in a certain place. But you know, the clone at least acts like a champion.
For sure.
You can actually block some major abilities with it. Like say a Jinx Rocket.
Yep. Man,
or a Jayce EQ, something relevant. Or a hook.
A lot of things, yeah, that the Neeko clone can help counter. Ooh.
Another gank mid lane. This one is actually going to connect, but it's a nice barrier. I think Yorick stops the gank.
Yeah, definitely stops the boosted from grabbing some extra turret plating. Surprised he has still 0 turret platings here. In fact, most of the lanes here only have nothing actually. Top lane, Assassinbug has 1 plate in his favor, and it looks like Little Train and Ultron have 1 plate in their favor, despite being a pretty bully lane.
No, I'm kind of waiting for it when Jayce decides, all right, enough is enough. Gets that tower or starts to group with the team. I wonder if that'll be the damage that they need to really start turning around.
Yeah, it looks like he's going
this mid lane and give them
Black
the
Cleaver here. Pretty interesting.
It's it's a two kill lead for Please FF with a dragon. Yet they're only up 600 because of the huge CS deficit that they just really have.
Yeah.
Across
Furthermore, all the kills in gold are on the Zyra here, and although the Zyra,
it's not a bad thing, but it's
yeah,
not the
although
best
she
thing.
does have most of the gold, she's not really picking up the CS, and Zyra's damage isn't too much of burst. It's actually pretty like low, just in general. So, despite having 4 kills, she's not too much of a threat unless she literally lands everything.
Now, well, how would you kind of get this game going now if you're either team? It seems pretty even. Neither team really willing to do too much. But how do you start moving the game forward?
I think it's
both
ryekage
game
just really
sides?
needs to start ganking more. Like top side's always pushed in. Yorick is actually winning pretty strong in the mid lane, and then bottom lane's also pushing in pretty hard. That just means that they have to start turret diving there. Oh, he is invading here. Pretty quick skirmish. Oh, no consume.
LyndsayBobinski is going to use the consume as well as the ultimate
Oh.
to get some healing back, but it'll be fine there. And then top lane, grabey actually gets a solo kill onto Assassinbug. What just happened?
I'm just gonna have to assume that he took the turret aggro.
Took way too many turret. He's been taking turret shots all throughout the game. Big mistake. Him, but Tironas forced to use the Bork there, will be fine to get out. And this time it's going to be chase forward. Ultron burns through the ultimate flash backwards from Wally, then lands the hook. That's so much damage onto Ultron, forced to flash.
Yeah, pretty decent damage. Good gank by ryekage. Finally realizing my advice and trying to get the game going. Not too successful though.
Wally and
But
Tironas both burn their
Yep.
flash to only Ultron's flash. Little Train has both suns. Ultron has heal. They just heal and ignite on the side of
yeah, once he
H.
visits the bot
They're
lane
up 6
again.
kills to 2.
Oh, it looks like he is gonna do that. Might be able to grab a few more kills.
And no Neeko though, so very risky gank here. Burns the Jack's ultimate, could be a little bit tankier. Ignite is down on a Wally, not gonna do too much, and that Jack's gonna get blown up by the Ren.
Yeah.
Just not smart when you don't have 3 people.
Kalista, Bork, actually pretty decent damage. Definitely helps mitigate the resistances that Jax gets from his ultimate. Furthermore, just that Kalista ult saving Thresh yet again. Looks like they're about to equalize this gold difference here. Surprisingly, even though Please FF have a 3 kill gold lead, there's still barely of head in gold.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about how we need a ryekage gank more, but now he just over-ganked on that bottom lane, and it cost him the turret. So now this gold leads back to even Wally. Okay.
Right. Overstepping his bounds there. Yeah,
But
still
it's
gets
at
a
least
dragon.
an Infernal back, but here's Yorick. Okay, this is a lot of damage coming out. Nice
no flash
cage.
from Anivia. Burns the
Wallflower can get the A.
teleport.
Oh, that's a smart TP, but doesn't actually get out with it. I've seen that work before.
Yeah, even if he does get the
LyndsayBobinski
if
flashes
he
out.
tries to get a TP out, Zyra does have her roots, so pretty unsuccessful trick there. Maybe they can grab mid lane turret, although looks like Boosid's gonna try to swap to bottom or try to get a cheese pick here. Oh no, he's just grabbing red buff. Meanwhile, bottom lane and junglingers getting that mid turret.
So it is actually going to be 1 turret now a piece. 1,500. Nope. Two turrets to 1. So now Jayce gets that turret. Well, Jayce finally start grouping. Maybe add into the damage there. I think once he does, it's going to turn around a lot of the deficits that Worshippers of H are feeling, but they're really not that behind in this game. Once the Jayce gets there, it's going to mean a huge difference. I mean, that's already another Flame Horizon for Assassinbug. That's 2 times now. Sub 20 minutes gets a Flame Horizon.
Looks like Yorick's pretty close to getting one on his own, although Tironas also getting one versus Ultron here. Pretty close. Looks like all these Flame Horizons are just helping lower the deficit that they're at, despite being at a 5 kill disadvantage. Doesn't manage to grab anyone.
Gonna get a little bit of damage onto that mid lane turret. It's not gonna fall just yet. It's gonna be a nice amount of gold. But if Harold finally Did they kill it or did they
Looks like they grabbed it.
No, they killed it. And yeah, Jayce has that. He has that option now. He'll probably get top inner before he groups with the team. Not too bad an idea since they're still in this game, despite the kill difference. Still feeling pretty confident. Lil Train needs to find a way to get something going so he can dump out his damage. He has the full Leandri's done.
Yeah, once he picks up all that damage items, maybe help to turn, maybe be able to help turn the tides around. But as of the moment, only has Leandri's. Neeko only has Ludens. Really wants to take advantage of that Pop Blossom and his ult for that massive AoE damage. Yet again, looks like Yorick is
Assassinbug
just popping everyone.
looks like Jayce is now with the team. We're gonna add in his share of the damage. These team fights might be a superior team fight with the Anivia CC, despite how behind the Anivia is. Although Maokai with the 1 kill just is behind, but also adds in CC too. Just kind of have to wonder how these team fights will go. Such polarizing lanes.
The Zyra plants actually deal surprisingly high amounts of poke damage, just with like 1 single spit. They also have ryekage split pushing the bottom lane here. Might be able to grab that turret and hopefully grab better priority over bottom and the dragon. Although Baron is up, so that does also help him.
I think as right now we haven't seen Worshippers of H do anything to really push the pace of the game. Sure, I think Wally's the only one who has been, and it's just been because he's been overstepping his boundaries. 0-4 on the Thresh, but we haven't seen LyndsayBobinski do too much. Tironas obviously cannot influence a lane all by himself, but we have to just see the spot lane just roam together to start something. Haven't seen the Jayce roam to impact too much. And then WallflowerPower has been just struggling against this Yorick because they haven't really done anything to really.
Yeah, it's really a shame because Worshippers of H drafted pretty heavy early game, but despite that, they could only trade kills bottom lane. And then Assassinbug is pretty much getting at the Flame Horizon, but he did that similarly on the tank, so not really sure too much about the Jayce pick. Unless he starts instant killing Lil Train and Ultron with lethality items. Looks like the Jayce won't be doing too much.
Well, he has a Bork right now, so he's still prepared to hit tanks, but there's actually no armor on the side of Please FF yet, despite the fact it's a Maokai. It's another first item Rod of Ages, so the Bork is, or sorry, the Black Leader is not doing too much, with the exception of giving the Phage.
Yeah, it looks like he's just itemizing purely to counter Grabby's items and kit. He has the previous wounds on Executioner's calling to reduce that healing on Grabby's passive there.
But that's pretty much it. That's all it really counts. Although there is a little bit of healing that the Yorick does gain.
Oh yeah, that's true.
His Q. But otherwise, yeah, I pretty much agree. That's pretty much all he's been doing right now. It's going to be another Infernal startup, this time LyndsayBobinski. Grab that. It looks like there's no response for Please FF. They could go to Baron. They don't actually do anything. It's 3-man top. They're going to get that top turret. But the response is Jayce is split pushing bottom. Now that's probably a faster, better push. Even if they send one person over to deal with that top lane push, that should go in Worshippers of H favor.
Yeah, it looks like
Wally might be caught here though.
Flashes out to safety.
Ooh, flashes away. That's a misplay. That's a misplay from the bot lane of Please FF.
Looks like they could have
timed
their
at least get the flash out of
better.
it. They get the flash for the ignite. TP from Yorick to bot to try to stop that turret. Tironas is down there. Might actually be an advantage. As Bug burns the Herald, but doesn't actually charge or do any damage.
I think that teleport was a bit of a mistake there, since Lil Train and Ultron both have decent wave clear with their AP. And I think they could have just towered that.
Actually the Ultron just landed the snare with no follow-up. There's anything there, so if they actually followed up, let's say the TP would have been worth it. But no, I kind of agree. It's not doing too much.
Yeah. So they're just warding around Baron buff here. Like grabby.
Great hook from Wally. Tironas is going to move forward. He uses the Bork already. Wally's going to block the Maokai ultimate. Grabby's going to try to go in, stay long. Their life's longer now. It's 4 and 0. Yeah, doesn't have to. It's insane.
It is pretty believable considering Grabby does not have any resistances yet. Just
Tironas with the LCS style CSing. 10 a minute, basically, right now. 4-0, 1,000 gold bounty. Absolutely huge Kalista. You have to wonder now if there's any way for Please FF to actually kill this Kalista.
Yeah, it's just you're just gonna have to let Ultron and Liltrain do their work with their roots and just hopefully instantly pop Kalista should she get CC'd once. It looks like she might even be building towards a Hex Drinker or a QSS soon with that magic mantle.
Two Trinity forces on the side of Please FF. 0 for Worshippers of H, so in that regard, they're at least winning.
Yeah, it should help them with the split push and turret sieging, but looks like they're nowhere near the turrets yet.
No, they're really struggling to get there. They do have top outer when they committed the 3-man push to that. They do have mid due to Yorick being pretty ahead there in that mid lane, and then now Yorick looking for that bot turret. It is pretty low. It's about 20% HP. Probably be the next thing to fall for Worshippers of H. They get a lot of damage out of Ultron on a Wally there. And there goes grabey in on top of LyndsayBobinski. He's going to get CC'd up here. And grabey's probably going to go down for overstepping his boundary, yet he will. Tironas unstoppable. 5-0 on the
Yeah, a little too enthusiastic by grabey there. Thinking that it would be a good idea to go in, but the rest of his team weren't close enough to follow up. So this ends up dying there.
Well, on the other side of the map, Boosted Scrub, he actually gets that bot outer turret and almost kills Assassinbug. Barely gets away, does still have flash, so even if anything got bad, Assassinbug probably would have been fine. And that's actually the Baron started up for Worshippers.
Do you know they are taking the Baron buff here? Small ward inside the pit.
Babinski does run the consume there. They do have Rend and plus Smite. Some really good ways to secure it. LyndsayBobinski no longer in the pit, really low. We have this new flash forward. ryekage, that's such a great hook by the Thresh. Ultron goes in, he already kills one. Sorry, ryekage kills one. Ultron on the doing a lot of damage. ryekage is going to go down. Tironas is dominating. He's 6-0, and Tironas is going to kill the Neeko. And now it's the Yorick trying to catch up to the Kalista. Doesn't actually get that. This is a 1v9 Tironas.
Oh, there's a QSS.
They try to chase forward. No,
yeah, it looks like
it's really good QSS. Lands one auto to get the hop forward. Still hopping forward. Gets out. There's no quadra. I think this might be an unofficial penta. Should be a penta. Is it a penta?
I think it's unofficial.
No, yeah, it's an unofficial penta. We'll say it's a penta, but it's
pretty
not.
Close.
10-0
Soul
on this Kalista.
carry right here. Only one with kills right now. Once they match up the kills, they're starting to have that 4,000 gold lead. Not to mention their Baron buff they just grabbed.
Yeah, that Baron buff should allow them to really accelerate this game now. Tironas 10-0 has all of his team's kills right now, and none of his team's deaths.
Yeah, Air Drake's coming up real soon here. Will definitely help with the kiting. Not that Tironas really needs extra help with the kiting. Will help with the rotations, however. Looks like currently they're just pushing out the waves, resetting a bit.
Only clearing out some vision here deep inside Please FF's jungle. Looks like they're going to look for those next inner turrets. All three of them are still alive. Probably that mid one is the one that's up. That seems where the vision line is directed towards. They'll send the Jayce to deal with the Yorick.
Looks like this team
Jayce
here solely relies on team Please FF's comp solely relies on split pushing here.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's doing them fine because Boosted Scrub is really ahead on this
once
Yorick.
He gets further ahead with all the gold, he can definitely.
That's a fight in mid lane. Here, Ultron actually going to get hooked out. Doesn't actually get the ultimate to do any damage. Goes down to Wally's going to pick up that kill. Casting a little support scrub he is.
Finally, the first kill not on Tironas.
Yeah, the Tironas still has 100% KP. It's going to be the mid inhib turret next season. Whether or not they get it, they have a Baron Caddy minion wailing away, chipping down at that turret. It will do a lot more damage over time.
Ooh, this might be.
That's a hook on a Boosted Scrub. Yorick forced to flash, avoids the follow-up Anivia stun. But there's Tironas hitting the mid inhib turret. It looks like the inhib turret will go down, and probably the inhib, they're just going to, Please FF is going to give it up. And finally, the base is open.
Yeah, looks like a pretty easy siege here. Not much hard CC for Please FF to lock down Tironas here, considering as he has a lot of front line and also a lot of control damage from Anivia to help peel for the Tironas as well.
Worshippers of H are on the top side. They're going to get the top inhib. Again, relatively no response. Should easily get it. See whether or not there's going to be a contest here for the top inhib turret, though.
Okay, will this be the second inhibitor? Looks like worshippers are pulling back a little bit.
Not too much. There's another Yorick, whatever it's called, E, that lands on top of the Anivia. Does a decent chunk of damage with all the Mistwalkers. Wally taking the ryekage goes in there, lands the counter strike, but is just gonna start running away. Too much is done. He's actually really low. Ultron, he's gonna land the stun onto who? Just the Nunu. Tironas is legendary. Kills down the Nunu. He's 11-0. Chasing after Ultron, gets 2. Lucky gets the right one there too. And Wally presses forward. He's going to CC up grabey. It's thrown away. Misses the hook on the little train. Not sure what he's going for.
Really was hoping that Zyra would flash probably there. That's all I can say.
There's no flash. Yeah, there's the meme in the chat too. And ryekage will go down as well. Assassinbug finally gets his first kill on the Jayce. Still no GA pop there. 2 inhib turrets are down. This is going to be the first Nexus turret. Both Nexus turrets going down. This is probably game 2 actually going down.
Looks
and
like
that's going to be a win for Worshippers of H, and that is their first of the season because I messed up the standings / it was scripted. You know. Either way, solid nearly 31-minute victory. It'd be a 2-0 sweep. Worshippers of H over Please FF. Who is your player of the game? I am really struggling to know who
cannot even tell you because I don't know either, man. I think we're just both at a loss for words here.
I think it's Tironas.
Yeah. It's just really unfortunate.
The most unenthusiastic.
Yeah. Please FF
Sorry,
bottom
Tironas.
lane really